What was the first time that you drank a glass of wine?
The first time I drank a glass of wine was when I was an exchange student in Spain, and I was staying with a family in La Rioja, and that was all they drank for dinner. Well, not all they drank. They didn't drink that much wine, but they would have it with their dinner, and it was the first time I tasted wine and thought it was something so special.
Why was it so special?
Because you're just sipping on it, and it really accentuated the food that we were eating, and I felt like it made everything taste better, and it was really used as more of an accent than it was as to get drunk. It was to enjoy it and to enjoy the taste and to savor it, which I thought was really nice.
Do you remember what age you were?
I was 17.
Okay. Do you think that's a difference with American youth culture, drinking to get drunk or drinking for the taste of wine?
Yes, because I think that it's not introduced at a younger age as a social and as kind of like a food connected enjoyment. It was just to rebel. People would drink to rebel all the time instead of just being able to enjoy it. I mean, I think it's a stereotype, and I know people that don't do that, but I feel like a lot of kids do go crazy because they just want to rebel.
So, did your parents encourage you to drink at such a young, for US standards, young age?
I mean, I wouldn't say encourage me to drink, but they did. They would let me have sips, and they introduced it as a special occasion, like whether it be New Year's or a birthday, or just me and my mom night out, or me and my dad listening to records, and it wasn't something that I felt like was negative. Or, I don't think it was a negative behavior.
You mentioned you listened to records with your dad?
Yes.
Did you have a favorite with your dad listening to?
No, my dad has amazing records. He has the records that he grew up with. So it's the Kinks and the Rolling Stones and Jethro Tull, but we listened to a lot of Neil Young, which I think is one of my favorites. The record Harvest, which is a really beautiful record. So.
Was that a disconnection with your everyday school life where you would listen to other music?
Yes. I grew up in the 90s, so I had a lot of Lemonheads and Nirvana and Juliana Hatfield, Liz Phair, Elastica, but I also liked some classical music and musicals as well, and Enya even. I don't care, I'll admit it. I listened to Enya, and it was great. It helped me go to sleep at night. So all kinds.
Did you participate in musicals? You said you like musicals?
Yes, I was in 4 musicals in high school. I did Camelot, and I wore this really ugly green dress. And I was in Fiddler on the Roof. Just in the choir, but my favorite was West Side Story, and I was anybody's. Was the girl that wanted to be part of the gang. She was the tomboy, and I had my first speaking part ever.
Was that something that was, how do you say it, kind of accepted in your high school, or was it something more for nerds?
We got called thespians, which is considered a negative thing there, but it was the first time I felt like part of a group. So even though we weren't the cool group, it was the first time I felt connected and felt a part of something in high school, which high school is just a terrible, terrible time. That age is the worst. But I found my first group of friends there.
So was it then that you found out, okay, music is something I connect to at that point?
It was the first time I realized that singing was really cathartic for me, but I was still learning how to play other instruments to be able to write. And I knew I wanted to do something music related, I just didn't know what or how.